everyone. Welcome. Hey, Jim. Hey, Denise. Glad you could join me. Wasn't sure what kind of a crowd we'd have tonight after the KCC hop. And then Jay, I don't think he was going to go live because he had a craft show that he's been working all weekend. Hi, Teresa. Welcome. Glad you could join us. So today's just going to be a continuation of the Kendra's card challenge. Hey Kelly, welcome. I've got my Lake Norman shirt on that you gave me. Kelly's in the chat. Kelly lives on Lake Norman, and she gave me this shirt, so I've got it on. Anyway, Jay has been working a craft show all weekend, and so he wasn't going to go live, and I wasn't sure where all of the crafty friends would be at the moment. So glad you guys could join. Denise is popping in from work, so she'll be listening. Well, glad you could join and listen in. So anyway, I titled this Finishing 15 Christmas Cards with Spellbinders and Kendra's Card Challenge 20 because this essentially is going to wrap up. I am done making Christmas cards. I have got 174 behind me. This makes 189, and I know there's some stragglers in other places of the craft room, so I think I probably have about 200. Hey Jay, glad you could join us. About 200 Christmas cards made already. I will tell you I've got a poinsettia video of a Christmas card that's going to air later, but but really I am done. I am moving on. I have done just enough Christmas card making. I have enough for me, my sister, my mom, and the nursing home as well. So, but what I did have to do before we get started is because I've been lax on my sentiments on the inside. So the other night I stamped over 100 different sentiments, and I better pressed several. And I started and I'm going to have these ready for the inside. And then Tuesday night we're going to have my sister and my mom. We're going to have a party where we're putting these sentiments on the insides of the cards. Then we're going to label them. We're going to get them out in the mail. So that is what my plan is. But I thought we'd go ahead and finish this one real quick. So let's see what the chat is saying. Oh, Kelly said Roy's still stuck in Pensacola. The race is delayed until tomorrow. Yeah, the weather is just not cooperating. Jay says he loves making holiday cards. Teresa says, oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a lot of cards. But I started in July, so it's not like like it was a massive all at once. It was just kind of a progression. I started in July and just kind of did Christmas cards clear up until this point. So Wim says that's incredible. Hi, E. Miller from Michigan. Anyway, so yeah, 200 cards. Anyway, pretty crazy, but and I've got some fantastic ones. I mean, just some of the product that I was able to work with, just fantastic. Teresa said she did almost all of her die cutting in July. Okay, that's good prep. I'll just flip through the cards, and I think I have them in order of the challenge. But so this is sketch 1. Obviously, these are the ones we did last week. Sketch 2, sketch 3, and I'm looking now. Sketch 4, I'm just double checking. Sketch 5, 6, 7, and then 8. And I did 8 because I wanted to be halfway through the set of 15. So I did 8 last week. And I guess I did put some sentiments on the insides of these last week. And I wrote myself a note, put sentiments on the inside, just to remind myself to do that so that I'll have these ready to go. But anyway, I thought we'd finish them. This is the Merry Moments kit from Spellbinders, as you guys recall. I know you guys were in the chat last week. So we're just going to start with sketch 9. And I've got all of my bits and pieces here, including the stamps and paper and extra stuff. And where I think of it, I'm just going to try and add stuff to it so that I can get rid of this stuff. And Kelly is asking me, did you cut your hair? Yes, I did. I went in and Clay did it, and he colored me. And I said, let's cut about 4 inches off. And we wound up cutting 6 inches off. So yeah, it's quite a bit shorter, but it's much more full and healthy. So I'm bad. I don't think I started until like 2 weeks ago. Jay. Jay didn't start making his Christmas cards till 2 weeks ago. So this is sketch 9. This one's pretty simple. This is one of the easier sketches. Sketch 6 and sketch 9 are the 2 easiest ones in the challenge, I think. This is 6. It's just a split panel. You lay it down And then this is sketch, what did I say, 9. And it is very simple. It is like a 4, I think it's like a 4 1/4 by 5, and you just fold the corner down on it. Now this was not 2-sided paper, so I just cut some other pattern paper and stuck it on. I need to switch my screen. There we go. So it didn't have double-sided, and so I just did that. So anyway, we're just going to get going, and yeah, let's card base here. Bring in my glue, and we're just going to get started laying them down. So thank you, Kelly says. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Kelly. So yeah, anyway. So I don't know if you guys, I know I saw Jim in the KCC Live Hop a little bit ago. I don't know how many of you guys were in there, but I tried to follow as much as I could and try and get ready for this, which I mostly was ready because this set of 15 has, I cut everything out at once. This is one of the few times that I did the cutting guide, and I did all 6x6 pattern papers, and this is bigger than it's supposed to be. So we're going to glue it down on there because we have glue, and then I'll just trim it. I thought I grabbed an A2 size panel, but I've grabbed something larger, or my card base is off. That is entirely possible. Anyway, so I thought we would just get this set finished. I was reading the chat. Kelly says she still has her Cardinal Christmas cards from 4 years ago, plus the stamp. She's lazy, she said. Oh my goodness. Anyway, yeah, I have really made some cards this year, and so I'm gonna have plenty. My I don't know if I don't think I told you guys this because I think it happened after my live, but anyway, my mom, she stood up, and I think it was Tuesday, and or Monday night, she stood up and her foot just fractured and she fell, and so we had to take her to the yeah, I think that the card base was off. We had to take her to the ER, and she's got this big old boot on her foot, and so yeah, I need to cut this down. So we've been having to kind of take her around, and because she can't drive, and my dad doesn't drive that often anymore, so we've been taking her around. And anyway, but she was wanting, what made me think of it is she's like, we were out going to the doctor's appointment. I said, is there anything you need while we're out? And she said, well, I want some Christmas cards. And I'm like, no, no, we're not buying Christmas cards. Shanna has over 200 Christmas cards. We're going to use those. So anyway, Jay said he hasn't done KCC in forever. And I've heard a couple of people in the chat recently say they haven't either. So I don't know if you guys are just taking a break or, but this one was a piece heavy KCC set. I mean, lots and lots of pieces. I mean, pieces parts, lots and lots of them. So we'll see what 21 brings in the new year and see if it has as many pieces. So this one, like I said, there were just tons of pieces. This next one will be an example of that. So this one is normally this direction, but I've got this Santamel, and I thought, how am I going to use this? And I thought I could bring this in maybe and use it on here and just kind of lay it down. I should have laid this in the opposite direction is what I should have done, and it would have probably worked better like that. So what I am thinking I might do that and just cut it off the card base and put it on a new one in the other direction, because I'll like that better. No big deal. We can do that. So, hi, Michelle from Wisconsin, here for your first live. Well, I am so glad that you've joined us. I know what I wanted to mention. Last week we talked about I was almost to 3,000 subscribers. I needed like just under 100 more. And I have picked up 139 subscribers this week. So I well surpassed my 3,000 and hit that goal. And I just was giddy over it. I couldn't believe. But I really, what I would attribute that to is I have been doing the um, Spellbinders Advent calendar, and I've picked up a bunch of people from that. So if you're new here from that, I welcome you, and I appreciate you subscribing and joining. What I'm working with here tonight is the Spellbinders Make It Merry kit, and I'm using some sketches. So can you turn up the lights? It's hard to... Let me see. I'm going to catch up on the chat here. Sorry. Yes, thank you, Teresa. It's hard to see me. Yeah, the lights are very, very bright. Lala says I need some better lights for the view of my face, but I like them to be very bright so that I can see what I'm doing. I don't care what I look like. So if it's blinding, my light is blinding you guys. Sorry about that. So Emily says I have dies that cut card bases, but hate to pull them out and can't cut a straight base with a paper trimmer for the life of me. Girl, I feel ya. That's why I'm always trimming these card bases because for some reason, I mean, and I'm using the lines and everything, but I love nested dies for your frames. It just makes it awesome. So yeah, Wim says, woot woot. Teresa, congratulations. Thank you. Okay. Oops. See, or I don't know what she's saying. Anyway, congratulations on 3K, emailer says. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm really happy. We're on to the next goal. So that's just how it goes in YouTube. You kind of reach one milestone and then you're headed on to the next one. So it is a process, and it does take a lot of patience and hanging in there for sure. Because it is slow. And I'll tell you that first 1,000 is so slow. It takes forever. It seems like anyway. I'm just going to pop this Santa up and we're going to get him laid down on there. So anyway, this week or this year, somebody said on one of the Facebook pages, they were wondering if Spellbinders was going to have any new releases for December. There are some. It is a lighter release for December. And then January is going to get real heavy. We're going to have a lot of new stuff. So I've got a couple of things for this month that I've actually got one videoed and scheduled already. I'm going to run it as a short just because I've got so much going on with the Advent calendar that I'm actually going to run a short on that one. But anyway, and then I'm trying to just stick some different videos in there along with the Advent calendars, just so we have kind of a variety of stuff. But it's kind of nice though with the Advent calendar to not have to think about digging through what product am I going to use, what am I going to do, because I can just go, okay, we're going to open up this day and this is what we're going to do. So that's been super fun. Not to, as far as you can just kind of give your brain a little break and say, this is what I'm working with. So that makes it nice. So you've got 24 days of content already laid out for you. Now this is a little long. I'm going to cut it down. So that is nice. So I've enjoyed that. And I'm also trying to mix and match the pieces that are in the Advent calendar. So I'm trying to, pair them up together and create some different things. I've got my trash covered up. So I've got this one. I'm going to have to cut it and lay it on another card base. Hopefully I have one. I don't know. Just because I wanted to change the direction of that. And I didn't think about that until after I laid this down on there. So we'll just cut that off that card base. Yay, I've got one. I've been making them, but I keep using them up. Anyway, so this is just a cute little Santa scene. Now I cut that down because my card base was off, and now I've got a full card base, so we're gonna have to cut it down again. Oh, this is the whole straight line thing. Let me see. Oh, you're keeping your eye open for the Weekender 2026 sign up. Now I knew when that was going to be, and now I can't think about it. I can't think of it. Let's see what this measures. Yeah, it's a whole 1/4 of an inch off. I forget when they said you were going to be able to sign up for that. I can't remember if I figure it out. I'll try and maybe say next week or whatever, but I did see it. It really is fun if you've not done the Weekender. Super fun. You get a great kit and you have classes that are led by some great instructors, and it just is super, super fun. Yeah, this one's a mess. Just lots and lots of fun stuff in there. You get dies, and we got dies and vellum and cardstock and rub-on transfers, and I'm just trying to think, embossing folders, and just lots of fun stuff with that Weekender. So, all right, so this is, what did I say, sketch 9. So we've got it. It came together pretty quickly. We need to put something on the inside before I get carried away. Now I've got, let's see what we got going on here. Got the edge of that. So we've got Santa. We have all of this fun stuff in here. We're going to keep it simple. I've got a happy holidays. It doesn't feel real sticky, so I'm going to put some glue on the back of it, and we will just add this holiday happiness, I guess is what this one says. We'll just add this on the inside of it. And I think I saw, we've got a sticker here that will go along with it, because I am trying to use this stuff up. Could put his head on there, make him bigger. We'll just put this on the inside. And let's put this on there. Whoops. Didn't want to release. There we go. We'll just put this on there. I'm just trying to use up some bits and pieces. So we got our sentiment on there. I need to trim that, kind of the edge of that carton base that I cut it off. There we go. All right, so that one's done. Oh, Patricia, she said the advent calendar videos make you sad you didn't get it. I completely understand that. The first year that I started it, and on YouTube, I didn't get it either. And then I saw everybody working with it, and I was so sad myself that I didn't get it. And so then from then on, I was like, I'm getting this thing. I will tell you, Patricia, that it is still available, and it is discounted. I think it was $50, and I think it's like 40 or 42 right now. So you could still get it. The element of surprise isn't going to be there for several of the days if you've watched, the videos and stuff, but you could still get it. And there certainly are some cute things. And if you're trying to build like a stash and get some products and stuff, that is a great way to do it because you get so many different things in it. So that makes it fun. Anyway, so I have got sketch 10 here, and I looked at this a minute ago, and this is all I had. And I'm like, what am I going to do with this? So I need to add some stuff to it. And I have not been using these puffy stickers that came in this kit. And real quick, I'm just going to pull in. This is the kit I'm talking about. It's the Merry Moments Christmas kit from, I believe it's still available too. And it probably is discounted as well. But by the time you'd get it, you'd probably need to work with it next year. So anywho, so this one, I'm looking at my sketches. I'm on, what did I say? This would be sketch 10. So that was 9. We just did that. And 10 is basically, and this is what I mean by this is a piece heavy KCC, because you have all of these squares and you have a lot of these, and lots and lots. There's a lot of strips here. And then the first 3 cards had a lot of pieces. So this one has a lot of smaller pieces where some of them are not as heavy on the pieces as this one is. And it looks like I need another layer for this. And I thought I had brought in a pink panel for that I was going to use. And I'm not seeing it. I brought one in for that one. Okay, let me grab one really quick. Just going to grab my little stack of papers here. I think this will be a good color for it. I've got 2 pieces there. This is my Spellbinders cardstock. I don't know, that might be, this might be the tutu color, is what this might be. So I think we want to layer like that. So we're going to need to bring in the trimmer and cut it down. Jay says he really likes the Spellbinders kits too. I am a Spellbinder girl. I love Spellbinders. And you guys, most of what is on, a lot of the content on my channel is Spellbinders, but I do, I am on some other design teams, and so I get to work with some additional product as well. So there is kind of a variety, but I do get quite a bit of Spellbinders product to work with. So that's fun. I actually had a video last night, tonight's Saturday, or no, today, it was Friday night, on the Love from Lizzie channel, and we made some really fun cards for that. That was fun too. Her kits are really fun. So if you like kits, that's another place you can get a kit, is Love from Lizzie. And she has great kits, and I think they're very affordable, and they're very diverse. They have a variety of things in them, and she puts lots of fun embellishments and stuff like that in them. So this one was a winter spa cabin type kit. It was called Winter Retreat is what it was called. And it had a lot of neat products in it. So that was super fun. All right, so I've got that laid down on there. Now we're ready to add this. And I went ahead and just taped them together. And I think I'm going to leave them taped and glue them down and then try to roll that tape off there really carefully. Only reason why is because I struggle with just kind of lining these up. Hopefully these will go down on here all right, and then we'll just trim them off. So basically this design is kind of like this. And she actually has you trimming them at that layer, but I'm just going to cheat and just trim them at the edge of the paper and just keep it simple. And of course, with Kendra's card challenge, if you complete a set of 15, take a picture of them, you can upload them and you have a chance to win prizes. So just throw that out there. And I wanted to get this done just so I would have a set of 15 completed for this particular month. And so I thought I'd just get these finished tonight and then I can upload them. And I'm going to pull off a little bit of my design or my pattern paper there with this tape. There we go. All right, so basically that's the elements of the sketch right there. And now you're ready to just add whatever you want to add to it. So, and I haven't used these puffy things. So I was thinking, I've got this Christmas time and I thought the red might look kind of good on the pink and just kind of fill that up and just keep it real simple. We also have Joyful Day that we could use. But I think I'm going to go with this one and just let it kind of fill it up and just get it laid down on there. So let's see. Any other chats? Let's see. Jim, Shanna was an enabler today. I purchased the better press plate she used for the 7-day card, for the day 7 card. I love that plate. I just put it away. There's that one and another one they released that I love. They are so fun. So let me get, it's day 7. Let's see, day 7. Okay. I bet you're talking about this one right here. And this is the, I don't even remember what it's called. Is it Splatter or something like that? But it's a really cool press plate. I like this one, and then the other one, I can't remember what it's called, but they came out at the same time. But they're kind of the mixed media grunge type looking thing. So I think this is what Jim's referring to. So hey, I'm glad I could pay you back, Jim. Jim is normally the enabler, and he's sending me stuff, and I'm wanting to purchase it. And in fact, that's how we got on the Empress path. Was Jim had seen it was on sale at HSN and gave me a heads up, and so I did that. And then he will send me things periodically, and so he, I guess I owed him one. Yes, that plate. Yeah, I wish I could think of the name of it. I can't think of it right at the moment. I don't think I have the dot to my I. Did I lose it? Did I ever have it? I don't know. Anyway, we're just going to get this laid down on here. And we need to go up because we've got to have room for our time. So we'll just kind of go up here with this. When I started out on my YouTube channel, I mostly did card kits all the time just because I got, so it was back when Spellbinders had their card kits before they did away with them. I think Jay and I both did them a lot, and I think I'm going to use the star for the dot to the eye since I've lost it. Got it on there a little bit crooked. There we go. Anyway, but I used to do a lot of, I guess I like card kits. Well, I do the Love from Lizzie as well, so very fun. It just, it can help with your creativity. Sometimes if you get stumped and you got a kit, usually they've laid things out to where, it just matches beautifully and everything. And so you don't really have to think. So we've got Christmas time on there, and I think it looks cute. And I don't know, I'm not really normally drawn to these puffy stickers, and so I haven't really been using them, but I think it looks good with, the pattern paper that we've got there. And we need to put something on the inside. So let's see what we've got. Trying to find something that will match. We could probably bring this Season's Greetings in and put it on the inside since we've kind of got a pink theme going. So we'll do that. Get it laid down on there. I must have been on a stamping and embossing kick, and because I had gotten several of these ready. There's another one of those little, let's add that. Another one of those little puffy stars. We'll just add that on there. Well, we don't have the dot to our eye either. I don't know if I can, nope. We'll just leave that be. It'll be fine. We could put a jewel on there. Let's do that. If I had more space, I could have put another puffy sticker on there or something. I don't know. We'll just use a embellishment for our Christmas time. Let's see. E. Miller says, I became addicted to this craft because of Spellbinders and Anna Griffith. Oh man, yeah, her product. Fell in love with Anna after seeing her on HSN and found Spellbinders locally in Joann's. I didn't know that Spellbinders had been in Joann's. Huh. I did not know that. Of course, Joann's is gone now, but very fun. All right, so I added the little sparkly bit to that. Got that. Now we have a bunch of banners and stuff too. So let's go ahead and use one of these. Trying to decide what color I want to use. I think I'll just go with this one. And we'll just add that. And that'll finish off our inside. And I'll go ahead and get it stamped and make my sister happy. And I didn't stamp this one either, so we'll get it going. So, just trying to see what else is going on. Oh, like I said, perfect choice. Well, good. So on Lala's Live, she was, or in one of the chats, she was saying how she'd had a bunch of Christmas parties already. Have you guys had a bunch of Christmas parties? I haven't yet. Our kids had their cousin Christmas yesterday. In fact, I made 2 pans of enchiladas. They were having, they do a rotational. Each cousin has an opportunity to host. And it was my nephew who's cut my hair's opportunity to host. And he he doesn't do a lot of hosting, so I had offered to help. He had set the menu. They were going to have Mexican, they were going to have tacos and stuff like that. And I said, well, I would be, happy to make some enchiladas to go along with that. So I made 2 pans of that. And so they had that, but we haven't really started any Christmas parties yet. Pat and I haven't. I've got one next week for the church, so I don't think Pat's going to even be able to go because he's got stuff going on. So let's see. Michelle says, I got an Anna Griffin pop-up card kit at a garage sale and have not figured out how to put it together yet. Hey, Michelle, have you kind of panned her channel to try and look for a video or something that shows that? You might do that. So, and you could also post in one of the card maker groups on Facebook, and they will tell you. It amazes me. You guys probably see these, but a lot of people will find a die or have a die or get a die, buy it or inherit it or something. And they'll put a picture of this die that has no information about it at all, other than a picture of the die. And they'll say, what is this? What does this make? What do I do with this? And it is amazing how quickly people will identify exactly what it is, what the company name, and how you assemble it. And it's just amazing. I think I read one of the posts that if you, snap a picture of it and put it into AI, it'll find it for you. And so maybe they're doing it that way. But so yeah, you could probably get some help from those groups on how to assemble it. I don't have any of her dies. I love them. They are unbelievable, beautiful. They're a little pricey, but it's because you get such detail. I don't know if you guys have seen the staircase die that she has. Oh gosh, that thing is absolutely gorgeous, and it has like all the embellishments and stuff just to make a beautiful Christmas staircase. And I'm just assembling this, not paying any attention to what my instructions look like. So anyway, that is a gorgeous die set. I saw it recently. It seemed like there was something else that they paired it with that was extremely gorgeous as well. I'm losing my little pieces parts. So anyway, but there was this year the product, and I'm speaking about Spellbinders, the Country Christmas and the candy Christmas, the candy. They had just such fantastic products. I mean, it just turned out such beautiful cards. All of that Country Christmas with the horse and the carriage and the gifts and the barn and the rocking chair and the snowman and all of those things were just simply gorgeous, and the cards were just stunning. So much cool Christmas. Yes, so much. Very fun. So you guys make New Year's cards? I did last year, I think, because Lizzie had a New Year's card kit that I received, and so I did make one, but generally I don't make a lot. Now I think Spellbinders had, they've had some sets that you could use for New Year's. They had the cocktail set, which those would be good for New Year's. You don't usually make them, Patricia? Yeah, I don't either. But I did make some that year. But anyway, there are lots of elements that you could use and create some that the different ones from the cocktail set, and that I think would be fun. And I don't know what I'm doing here. I had these laid down here, and then I had this. I think I brought this in for this because the sketch shows this here, and I'm trying to remind myself to use these wax sills. So I'm just going to bring it in. And look, I've got that stuck to my finger. I'm not sure what I was. Oh, this is one that has. No, that's the next one. The next one has all these little things on the corners that I was thinking about. I might save that for that. I wonder if I have more ornaments. I do. Let's just bring some more in because we really need 3. I think you're supposed to pair things in 3s, I guess. And I guess I would if I counted that, but I'm not counting that. The goal is to use this stuff up. And the pattern paper that I've got on there is just the ornament. So I was kind of just reiterating the fact that we've got ornaments on our pattern paper. And we'll lay that on there. Okay, so we got that. Now we need a sentiment to go on there. And I think this "'Tis the Season" would look nice on here. And I think I need to trim it just a smidge. So we'll just trim it down a little bit. So it'll fit on there a little better. That looks good. All right, we'll add this. Gosh, it's quiet. I turned the heat off because it was so hot in here. That's why I've got on this t-shirt. And it makes a lot of racket when I'm trying to go live. So I shut it off. And Pat's, he is doing his thing with his buddy. And so it's very quiet in the house. I think the snow makes it really quiet too. You know, we've got quite a bit of snow on the ground still. And I think the snow really quiets things up too. So I guess we're going to have some whopper weather coming this way. It's going to get really cold and have some potential for some more snow, which none of the snow we've gotten has melted yet. So anyway, so that is our card. That is sketch 11 is what that is. And we've got to put something on the inside before I get carried away. That red's hanging over there. I probably need to trim that down. I'm just showing you guys all of my little issues. Okay. Hey, Jay, did you still have a good, Jay was having a great success at his craft show, in my opinion, selling his cards. And so did you have a good day today? Interested to hear how today went. So I've got Christmas Magic. Merry Christmas. I'm going to save the pink one. Marianne Bright, Peace. Just looking at all my little sentiments that are laying in here. December. That's kind of cute. And I have more. I think I even have more inside the box that I could grab. Oh, that'll be nice. Let's do this Happy Holidays. Yeah, here's some more in here. And then I have this is a bunch of die cut Christmas sentiments as well that have been die cut out that we can pull from. So lots of options. So I'm going to use this Happy Holidays. It's not, it's gotten bent a little bit. So I think if we glue it down, it'll look nice. Let's see. Mom was a bit OCD about a lot of things, but you know, it was pretty good. Sunday is always slower, but you think you and your mother did better than last year. Good. That's awesome. Well, I know the numbers that you shared with me the day before were, sounds like you were doing really well. Better than I've ever done. You know, trying to sell my cards at a event. So kudos. Great job. All right, we've got some ornaments on here. And I think I'm going to just kind of hang them off of our Happy Holidays and just kind of use these up. Do I have more? Is that all I have? A couple. I really need another one. Oh, no, I've got another one. Okay, we're going to go here. I thought I saw another one, then I didn't see it. So, all right. There we go. That's going to be the inside of our card. We've got a sentiment on there. Oh, yeah. Jason, I mean, you really never make money back selling your cards, but it is nice to destash a lot of them to others. That is exactly right. Because, you know, the cards that you pick up at the store are like $6, $8, $10. And, you know, they're mass produced. And the amount of money of the product that we have in ours, yeah, we, you know, it might be $100 card by the time you've got, say, a set of dies, an embossing folder, you know, your sentiments, your paper, your cardstock, your card bases. I mean, you know, it could be quite expensive, you know, with all the products. So it is very hard to recoup it for sure. Yep. Let's see. Patricia says a friend and I do 2 craft fairs. We did well this year selling cards and other paper things. We don't make any money, but what we make buys a lot of paper and it gives us something to do. I love that. Yeah. Denise says, I hope my husband doesn't hear this. LOL. A lot of people like seeing card making. They do. They do. One of the things that Cat Scrappiness does, Denise, so if you ever buy from her, she puts on there, don't worry, this was a gift or this was a prize or this, it says, don't worry, she won this or something like that. So very, very fun. Yeah, it is cheaper than therapy. It is. And it's fun. You know, it's like a little kid playing with your toys. So it's super, super fun. All right, we're gonna get through these. We've just got, I guess, what is this? Oh, I'm out of order. That was 11. And this is 12. I'd gotten them out of order. Anyway, it is super fun. And it, like I said, it reminds me of being a kid and having my little toys that I get to play with. So anyway, so this particular sketch here is 12. And so you've got like a banner and then you've got a panel that has a back sheet and then another panel. I've added a couple of extra things, I think. So I brought in some craft cardstock and we had these gold bows in here that I kept wanting to use. And I thought, well, this would be a good one to use them on. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll just get this laid down on here. Try to get it lined up somewhat decent. And then I've got this pattern paper that has these pink and red bows and gold bows on it. And then they've given you bows just like this in the set. And this card panel there looks messy. I don't know where that came from because that's not like the color of craft cardstock that I have in my room. You can tell because what I have in here is this color and it doesn't match exactly. But so I don't know where that came from. It probably came in a kit or something. There we go. So I got that. And then we're just going to layer this one. And you can see I labeled the number of the sketch on the paper so that I could get them in the envelopes correctly. And that's what I did. So I think, oh yeah, I thought maybe I had that one too long, but I think that's going to work. We'll just get it lined up on there, get a nice little frame. So it'll be interesting to see the new sketches when they come out for the new year. I don't think I've seen them yet. I think she said they're coming for the design team, but I don't think I've had a chance to see them just yet. So it'll be fun to see those and to see how they look. All right, now this, I originally cut this paper for this, and then I thought, gosh, that is awfully busy on there. Even on here, I thought that was kind of busy. And so then I was like, oh, that's really busy. So then I brought this pink one in and I thought, well, I could lay that on there and it would kind of take the busyness down. And then I kind of laid it on here like this. And I kind of like that, but I don't know if it's still too busy or not. Anyway, so let's just kind of eyeball what we got going on here. I've got this. This is funny, a little nice, a little naughty, and a whole lot of love. I thought that was cute. And I thought we could pair this bow kind of around that sentiment and then just kind of lay it down on here. And I thought it would be real matchy. And I've got sparkle and shine that we can add to it. So let's go ahead and lay the pink down. And then we'll get all of our other elements and then we'll decide if I like the floral. Let's see. You need to be a planning person in 2026. Well, you could get you a planner and start doing some planner videos, some journaling videos and that type of thing, Jay. You could do that. Denise says she loves using craft paper. She started dabbling in folios. Yeah. Yeah, craft paper is fun. And it's also fun to color on, to stamp your image on and then color on it because it gives you a good base. It's very fun to do that. I just recently, one of my videos, oh, you guys have probably seen it. I don't know where it goes, my cards. Like this one, I stamped it on the craft. And so you've got a head start on your coloring by doing that. And your color kind of takes different. It looks a little bit different on there, but yeah. So yeah, I like craft as well. So, and my glue is getting all gummed up. I can't find any of my rags. There's one. I'm here to get it. I usually try to keep a rag handy so I can wipe my hands off when I'm messing with the glue. But anyway, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on here because I want to position it just around those words because I think that's cute. And we'll get it laid down on there. I think that looks cute. Okay, so pattern paper, floral pattern paper, or not floral pattern paper. What do you guys think? Without it or with it? I kind of like it kind of offset like that a little bit. It makes it's just a little different look. Michelle says in 2026, I have a goal to use everything I have one time, thinking I'm going to art journal and maybe do ATC cards. That is a great goal. This season, I have been trying to pull out. What happens with me is I get a lot of product and I have requirements that I have to work with it. So I generally work with everything I have at least once. But this season, I was like, I'm using this stuff more. And so with, Kelly says with, that's what I was thinking. So the last month or so, before I started the crafty advent calendar, I started pulling those things out and working with them again, just because I don't want to work with it just one time. I want to use it more. And so I did that with several of the Christmas sets and things that I had gotten. And so that's why I have so many cards, honestly, because I went ahead and drug them all out and worked with them again. Plus, and like a lot of some of the Spellbinders Christmas stuff was released in July. And so I, probably I hadn't worked with it since July. And at that time, maybe a lot of people are not interested in seeing Christmas. And so now I thought would be, now is a good time to bring it out and to start working with it again, just because, maybe people now are ready to see it. So I think I'm just going to add this on the inside. And so that's why I brought it out, because I thought, well, in July, a lot of people are like, I don't even want to think about Christmas, which generally I don't. However, I do like playing with the new stuff that comes out. But, and I pretty much then from July on, just throughout the whole season, just continued to kind of work with Christmas. And so that's why I've got so many cards. Anyway, so we'll stamp this one. We're going to get these done. Let's see, it's 8:47. I've got, what have I got? Just 3 more. So we should be able to get these done. So there's this one. And I think adding the pink behind there kind of helped tone it down or separate it from the busyness of the other papers. Jay says, yeah, I need to buy less. He has enough stuff. Yeah. Well, you're going to get a package from me. I hope you get it before your birthday. I did send it out the other day. I've got a tracking, and I meant to send you the tracking number on it, but I haven't done that yet. So anyway, so I've got a little package for you. Okay, so this is another one of those heavy duty pieces parts where you've got all these pieces here. And so that's another one where you had a lot of cutting. And so we're just going to get it laid down. And I taped that thing down so that I would remember what order I wanted what to go in and how I had the design laid out. Because I mean, if I put that in the bag and who knows what I'm gonna come up with. So I tried to just kind of tape it on there and get my design. Now what I'm hoping I can do, because I've got all these pieces like this, is, let's just put some glue on here. Well, this thing has a sticker on it, so we'll pull that off. And maybe we can just lay this down. Now, this could be an epic fail, or it could be a time saver. To be determined. I think it could work, as long as I line it up right. And this is going to be pretty flat, but, you know, we do mail some of our cards, so. That's not too bad. All right, success. I'm going to call that success. We'll give them all a good press, and then we'll pull this tape off. Get down there where you belong. Cute. Now, see, this is a really busy design that I've chosen here. I don't know. I must have been in a busy frame of mind when I was doing all this, because I've got a lot going on here. Ta-da! It worked. Yay. Okay, we just need to do a little straightening. Gosh, I haven't even had to bring in a pair of tweezers. We're not doing any dies or anything like that. I need to straighten this up a little bit. There we go. And then this hangs over, but it's going to work out okay because this is bigger. There we go. That's going to work out just fine. So that was quick. Denise is saying happy birthday to Jay. He said he's not celebrating until the 10th. I think your birthday is the 9th, isn't it? Is it the 9th? Or the 6th? No, we're past the 6th. No, I think it's the 9th. My dad's birthday is the 13th, Jay, and I am having a pizza party here for him for his birthday. And I wrongly said that he was going to be 87, and my husband corrected me. He's going to be 86. So my bad. Anyway, so let's get, I thought I had a Christmas, oh yeah, Christmas magic. We can use that. Oh, here's Marion Bright. Lots of options here. So we'll just lay this down on the inside. Let's see, I have there are some strips in here too that could be fun. I think let's get this laid down on here. Let's see how this will work. Yeah, we could put that down on there with it. That would look cute. Let's do that. We got a little tear in it. See if we can make it work. I think we can. Okay, what do we need to do? I just need to put a little bit of glue in there. All right. And I'm going to lay it down on here. Just put a little frame on this. Am I going uphill or downhill? Let's try and straighten it out a little bit. Trim it off. Oops. Something is crooked. All right. And we'll just get some glue on there. That is definitely crooked. I don't know if the stamp is crooked. All right, we're going to go like that and just add it. You wanted to stream on your birthday, and you'll have to celebrate your folks on the 10th. Oh, okay. So you're going to stream on your birthday. That will be fun. What time are you streaming? I'd be interested to hear that. We've got a little Santa medal. Green we can add. All right, so that's going to finish off. What sketch number are we on? I've lost track. This is 13. And that's my dad's birthday, the 13th. Everything about my dad is 13. Has a 13 shoe, a 13 birthday, and he sneezes 13 times every time, believe it or not. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so Jay's going to go live on his birthday, 7 p.m. Eastern. So, all right. I have to try and catch that. So, anyway, so there we go. This is a kind of like just a true traditional Santa red and green card, kind of vintage looking with that. Oh, ECR is joining you, and you're both giving things away. Ooh, that sounds like fun. So Jay and ECR are going live on the 9th at 7 p.m., and they're going to be giving things away. So you guys will have to be sure and catch them. All right, we've got 2 left, 14 and 15. I think we're going to get this done. It is 8:55. I think we can do it. Now, this is interesting. I don't have any decorative elements added for this. So looks like I've just got the parts that I've cut. So we'll just be able to add whatever we want to this one. So this one is a multiple layer piece. It's going to layer up like this. And then we're going to have these stripes on there. So we need to do these stripes first so that we can cut them down before we lay them on those panels. And it looks like you just straddle this one. And since I've used striped paper, that makes it kind of easier to line them up. Trying to get it. I say that as I've got it lined up crooked. And then we'll add this next one. So tomorrow night, normally Daria and I would go live on, we were doing mornings and then we had to move to evenings. And she is not available tomorrow. So if I go live, it'll just be me by myself. And I told her I was kind of thinking about doing it just to kind of, because we changed the time just to kind of keep people coming in. But I don't know. I've been, with all the Advent and then the other things I've been doing, I could probably, because I actually have a video that releases tomorrow for Not Too Shabby. It is the monthly mood board inspiration. And so I will have my normal crafty Advent, and it'll run at 4 a.m. My release at 4 a.m., my videos. And then I think I set the monthly mood board video to go at 10 a.m. So I already have a couple things going on my channel. So maybe we will pass on that live tomorrow night. Unless I'm just bored, but trying to think what we got going on. We're going to have the kids. We have to take the kids to school tomorrow. And of course, Gunner gets out a half day. So we'll have him part of the day. So we will be a little bit busy tomorrow, but otherwise, I've got some of that, one of those little puffy stickers stuck to my finger. So I've kind of got a funny story at church today. We were on the stage, I play on the praise team, and my dad does too as well. And so, and my dad and I, we stand together. Of course, we have other instruments and singers and everything else, but we're kind of on this one side where the stairs are. And they've been having like the Advent readings each day, and then they've got a couple, people that come up and read that, and then they have somebody come up and do a prayer and everything. Well, the prayer was by my son-in-law, which is Westy and Gunner's dad and Harper's dad. And Gunner, so Weston, their dad, was on the stage at the pulpit. And then my dad was beside me, and I was there, and all the instruments and everything were there. And I guess Gunner decided, since Daddy and Nana and Pappy were all on the stage, that he wanted to come up and join. And for a good bit of it, while his dad was doing his reading and prayer or whatever, he just sat on the steps very quietly, just sat there and watched, and just real quiet. And then once we got to start playing, because we played and then we took the break for the prayer and then we started praying again, or playing again. And on the last song, he just kind of slithered across that stage, like kind of crawl, because he was kind of down low. He just kind of crawled across the stage over to me and got right up next to me. And I could see him. Here I'm playing guitar, and out of the corner of my eye, I can see him coming coming at me. Oh, you saw it. Yeah, it was cute. Yeah, Jay saw the picture in my on my Facebook. Anyway, he just slithered across there. The picture that was on the Facebook was him sitting on the stairs, but eventually he decided he was brave enough that he was going to come over, and in the middle of the last song. And so he came over, and I could see him, like I said, out of the corner of my eye. Here I'm trying to play, and I'm watching him out of the corner of my eye come on. But he did really good. I mean, he was completely quiet and well behaved and everything, but he just wanted to be on the stage. So maybe he's going to be a member of the praise team later or something. I don't know. They very well could be, because the kids, I have all those instruments on that back wall there, and they regularly will play the instruments. These are the same house. I don't think I want to use both of them. So they do a lot of playing with the guitars, and I let them do it. I don't let them play with my electric guitar. But I do let them play with the acoustic and the dulcimer and the ukulele and the lug. I let them play with those, and so they'll get to going and strumming and singing and having a good old time. And anyway, it'll be fun. I don't know what I'm doing with this, so I'm just looking at stuff right now. I have that could look nice on there. Maybe we'll add that. So anyway, it was cute. And my mom said it that Gunnar had this look on his face, like as he was crawling up there, like, I know they can't see me. They don't see me. But I'm sure everybody was just cracking up, because here's this 3-year-old just kind of coming up there on the stage. And they can be wild at times, so I was glad that he was very well behaved. So that was good. They are all boy. That is cute. That's very simple, old school again. We need a cinnamon or something else that we could add. We have some stars that we can add. I'm just getting in my little container here and trying to find some stuff. We could go with that, Merry and Bright, and then we'll add these stars to it, and I think it'll be all right. Oh, thanks. Oh, Jim says the thumbs up. We could do the Johnny Appleseed song. I have played my granddaughter one time decided she wanted to sing Jesus Loves Me at Church, so I played that, and she sang. Her mom actually came, I think her mom came up with her too, because she was a little bit nervous, but she wanted to sing at church, so she did. But yeah, well, thank you, Patricia. I have my hobbies, so that's for sure. My dad always played guitar as when we were kids, and why I didn't start it till I got older is beyond me, but we've always been around music our whole lives. So anywho, all right. I think I'm gonna lay that on there. Well, that's not too bad considering I didn't have anything planned for that. So hi, Jay. I don't know how to say that. Jaca. I don't know how to say that. I am sorry. I don't know how to say that. I'm just going to call you Jay. We got 2 J's here, J.A. and Craft by Jay. Anyway, so that'll finish off that one. Welcome. It's a cute song. I should learn it on the ukulele. You should. Oh, Jishnu is your name. Well, thank you for letting me know. So is that your first initial and your last name? Or not that it matters. These handles make it hard for us to know, who's who and what's what. But thanks for joining. We are just working on some Merry Moments Spellbinders card kit and Kendra's card challenge sketches, and that's what we're working on. And I'm actually, this was 14 and this is 15, and it'll be our last one, but we'll recap what we did. So for this one, we had a lot of gold paper in the Merry Moments paper pad. I didn't use a lot of it, and so for this one, I'm going to use some. So there was also cardstock in the kit as well, and you had some metallics, and so this gold metallic was in there. And I have a hard time getting metallic to stick, so I'm going to use a tape runner And then we'll put some glue down on it and we'll get it to adhere. Because sometimes those that have the metallics on both sides, you just cannot get them to stay still, to stick in the right spot. So we'll just give that a press and get that laid down on there. Jay says, I need to make my master list of holiday cards and print address. Oh, yeah. Denise says her son plays guitar and one is a drummer. The other one owns the music. Oh, fun. That's awesome. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, so these, okay. So this layer, let me look at the sketch. What are we doing? Okay, we're doing this one right here. So we've got 3 levels of strips and a potential circle to go on there, but it looks like I'm doing something other than a circle based on what I have laying here. So that is fun. Yeah, our church, I know I've said this to you guys before, they do like a little Christmas mailbox area for everyone. And you can just bring in the ones and put them, there's like little folders with each family's name on it, and you can just put them in there, and then you can grab yours out, and then it saves on postage for everyone. But it makes it really great for us crafters, because when we make those really thick cards that have all of the bells and whistles on it, they're kind of hard to mail, and you don't have a problem with that because you don't have to put them in the mail. You can just stick them in their little envelope and they can get all their cards out. So it's a great way to do your Christmas cards at church. So this one would go here. Now this one, I've used it to die cut something out, and I decided, hey, I'm going to use it anyway, because I think we'll probably cover up part of it anyway. Where is the piece that goes with this, I wonder? I think I had a different idea. That's what I'm thinking, because I have this tag here. I think maybe I was going to use the tag as a base layer. This is where you get creative and you make the sketch your own. I think maybe I was just going to do something like this and put it on there, and then put my little guy on here and just do that. I think that's what I'm doing. So we're going to get this set of 15 done. Woohoo. Hopefully that'll stick. The paper generally will stick to anything, but that metallic makes it hard. Anyway, kind of lost my train of thought there. We'll lay this down on here. And I'm not certain what I had planned, but I had this tag in this envelope, so I can punch that out. I wonder if I have any more of those bows left. I could stick a bow on there. I've got a pink bow we could put on there. We've pretty much done a good job of blowing this kit up. There's still a few bits and pieces and stuff, but for the most part, I mean, as far as the paper goes, I don't have a lot left in the paper pack. I think mostly just some of the gold. Where's that at? Yeah. I mean, I've got some gold panels here. Another one of the black, and just, I mean, there's not much there. Looks like 3 full sheets, some strips, and then some cut aparts is what I have left. So let's see. People really like that Christmas sentiment you suggested. Yeah, that is a wonderful sentiment. I love it. And I've got parts of it in here, but I don't think I have the whole of anything to show you. Let me see. Basically, this isn't right, because this looks terrible. But it has a centerpiece. I've just got it on the back piece there, but it actually has a centerpiece. But it's a great big Christmas 3-layered thing. I don't have the right layers here, but It's a great, and it has all of these different things that you can pair with it. Not that, it's these rounded ones. Have a happy Christmas. And I've got them in a lot of them because I did a bunch of them. Holly Jolly Christmas. Have a joyful Christmas. It's a great Christmas stamp set. I would highly recommend it. Anyway, and I think I'll pop this little guy up and just add some dimension with that. Denise, does the one, let's see. Denise, does the one who owns the store charge the other two for strings and sticks? Oh my gosh, that's funny. Oh, mercy. All right, so I'm going to trim this off, and we'll pop this up, and we'll have a little bit of dimension on there. Then we're going to look at all 15 cards. Is what we're going to do. You did it with 2 layers of cream and cranberry. That would be beautiful. Yeah, that cream and cranberry sounds gorgeous. Now we're going to need a sentiment for this of some sort. So we'll just dig around and figure out what we've got. We have Christmas cheer. I don't like that. I'm going to do some digging here. This is kind of a fun, happy holidays. But I don't know, will that work? We might put that on the inside of the card. Let me see. We could add the sparkle and shine because we have got a lot of sparkle and shine on this particular card with all of that gold metallic. Let's do that. These card kits just make card making so easy. I mean, you know, you don't really have to think too hard. So let's add this Happy Holidays to the inside. And then I see it's like a little package. I'm gonna look at, see if we have any other things that we might want to add. I didn't use these little houses. I thought those were cute. I was looking for more Nutcracker stuff is basically what I was looking for to see, because I thought I had some. I might have used it up because this is a mess. So see, you've still got tons of ephemera, tons and tons of ephemera that you can use. I think I'm going to go with the package. I like the colors on it. And just add it to the inside. Did I stamp that other one? I didn't. Okay, let's stamp the backs of these two. This is just my little Shanna Makes It YouTube thing. Try and get people to follow me on YouTube. All right. Okay, let's clean up, see what we got. And there are tons of stickers and stuff. Maybe I'll add some of this to the envelopes once I get them in there, because I could put some bows and some different things on there on the outside of the envelope and kind of use up some of that as well. What did I put? I didn't put anything on the inside of that one. I think I'm going to use this. Put this on the inside of it. And we've got Merry and Bright. It's mostly red. And we've got these. We can add these to the envelopes as well. Hi, Polly. Polly says, I just found you. It's so nice to hear a Christian talking openly about Jesus. Amen. Yes. Oh, this will be fun. This says, 'Tis the season to be jolly. Let's use this. I think I hear my husband coming in, so this is perfect timing. We can watch our show. So there we go. And then we've got it all back. Let's just go through. I showed you at the beginning. Well, let's just go through them all. And I don't know that I have them in the right order at this point, but we'll just do them however. So we'll go back through all of them. So we've got a set of 15, and this is from the Make It Merry. And I have made a ton more cards with this kit, but it's just so big that you usually can get tons. I forget how many card bases they give you. They give you A2s and they give you 5x7s, and there were a lot. And I used them all up, and then I made my own and made a whole bunch more. Thank you, Jim. Jim said he loves all my color combos. Thank you. So we've got Celebrate Christmas Together, Christmas Magic. We've got a poinsettia one. Actually, it goes this way because I've got the little stamps on there. And then Christmas Cheer. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. We've got the Believe. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Kind of at the bottom there. Jingle All the Way. We've got Magic. And then we've got the little Santa one. We've got our Christmas Time. 'Tis the Season with our ornaments. And then this one's fun. A little nice, a little naughty, and a whole lot of love. I don't know if I'm holding that on the camera right. And then our Season of Wonder. Sparkle and Shine. And then Merry and Bright. So there's 15 cards using the Merry Moments Spellbinders kit. Kendra's Card Challenge 20. And we've got 15 cards. So now I have, well, I had 174 in the box. And then I have 15. So that's 189 plus a few others. So it's well over 200, the cards that I have for Christmas. So anyway, hey, VJ. Yeah, I've got a lot of people coming in at the last minute. I'm sorry that we're wrapping up here, but I appreciate you guys stopping by. And if you wouldn't mind, hit that like on the way out. That is helpful to me. And we'll catch you around. I think I've kind of concluded that I'm not going to go live tomorrow night at 6 o'clock because Daria is not available. I had originally said I might just go live just to kind of keep everybody coming at 6 p.m. on Monday night, but I have got the Spellbinders Advent Calendar Day 8 that'll air in the morning. And then I've got Not Too Shabby monthly mood board that's going to air about 10 a.m. So I think that's probably enough on my channel for one day. Anyway, so I appreciate you guys joining, and I hope you have a great week ahead. And we'll see you. Well, you can see me in my pre-recorded videos every day, or I'll see you next Sunday following Jay. I assume, Jay, you're going to be live next weekend? Probably, maybe. We'll see. Well, thank you, Patricia. I appreciate your time as well. So thanks for watching, and have a great week ahead. Good night, everybody.